5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hey everybody, Weekend Confirmed Question of the Week. My name is Garnett Lee. If you want to get your questions into us, hit us up on Facebook or on Twitter. Del Rio is watching both of them. This week's question comes from Chris Kalla. He asks, do you view unique multiplayer of Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, etc. as evolution or branching of multiplayer experience? Well, I'm not sure I know exactly what the difference would be between branching and evolution, because really branching off into new offshoots is a sort of, I mean, that is the way we have evolved video game genres that already have a pretty good definition to them. Now, Assassin's Creed, I think, is particularly interesting. Ryan and I were just talking about how our experience with Assassin's Creed went. I actually have not played the single player of Assassin's Creed since the first game turned me off, but I played the multiplayer in Brotherhood, and it was very easy to get drawn into it because it was unique, and it was also very easy to stop playing it because it was so unique. And let me explain what I mean. With Call of Duty and with shooters, you sort of develop a relationship with the game, and you know what you have and you know what you're going back to. And I think that it's really smart what they've done with the experience point system in those games, because as well as giving you stats, they give you that hook to keep coming back to. They also give you a reference point when you come back to the game of, here's where I was, here's what I've been working on, here's the kind of setup that I like to roll with. And I don't know how you bring that element into the Assassin's Creed Assassination game. Now, on the other hand, it's a great game just in and of itself, and I think we're going to see some more evolution of that now with Revelations. You mentioned Uncharted, but I think that I would look to other multiplayer advances like the co-op in Rage. I really like the idea of having side stories that tell the rest of the world's environment through a co-op experience. You know, Portal 2 does this extremely well as well, and you've got the new DLC now that's out, the peer review DLC, which is free on all three platforms, to play more of that side story, that rest of the world. It tells, you know, it really gives a chance. You go into a developer's office, and if they've built a great game world, they'll have books and books and books of all the canon of how everything came to be in the world, and so much of that stuff you only see reflected through small bits and pieces of the game world as you're playing the single player experience. But now when you have these co-op experiences, you're able to see more of that and really get a feel for how much depth there is in the world. And there's going to be, I think, some crossover in upcoming games where you'll see stuff that is, you know, cooperatively competitive, takes advantage of more of the game world, sort of like what Uncharted is doing. So, yes, absolutely, obviously. Anytime we can move past just running around and shooting each other, I think that's an advance for online gameplay. At the same time, there's plenty of room for that. We all like it. Don't tell me you're not going to be playing Modern Warfare or Battlefield 3. They're both great games. I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time in them. Hope you'll join us for the show on Friday when it comes out, 11 a.m. Pacific on iTunes and all the feeds. And until next week, thanks for joining me.